Morning, E-Dirt. Need this coffee. That was a long weekend. Second round of the GXCCs up in Settlers, a brand new track. Looked like we were going to get rained on. We didn't. It was a super hot day and a very, very rough track. Well done to Lawrence Mahoney. He got a lot of high fives from everyone, but everyone took a beating. Man, that was a whooped out, rough track. We always thought it was going to be as well. You know, I spoke to Lowe in the week building up to it. He says it's going to be bar dragging, it's going to be sand, but if the quads go out first, which they did, which we knew we were going to, it was going to get whooped up and chopped up. It definitely did. Very, very cool. I think we ended up with something like 450 entries, so it's a bit of a season where we're just tagging numbers the whole way through, and already we can prove that the GXCC is the strongest tour at the moment across the country. I mean, those kind of numbers are absolutely massive. A couple of side-by-side quad guys at the end of the day decided to come and turn some laps as well, just to kind of give a different look and feel, and well, trying to cater for everyone, to be honest. But looked like everyone had a real good day. Very, very strong lineups, and a much smoother run day as well. Looked like it was really good times out there. I'm not going to go through the whole shopping list of everyone because there's so many categories of racing out there. What I will say is juniors, absolutely killer lineup. Great to see so much tight competition coming out the juniors, and of course in the morning they race with the quads but on a separate loop. They have their own party to play with out there, their own great little loop, 15Ks, so much fun, and the kids really brought the pain. Little Heinrich Oust from the Rad Moto squad walked away with a big win, and they did have a real strong lineup, so well done. We're also seeing a lot of juniors from around the country starting to come on board because the GXCCs is such good training for these guys to go out there. I'll talk about the ladies as well. On the bikes and the quads, we had the biggest lineup of ladies that we have had, not just this season, but in the last 3 seasons. So that's just huge for us because we're really trying as part of the GXCC series, as well as here with Hollywood Hills, to promote the ladies coming back into the sport. A lot of work happening behind the scenes with Kimberly Ferreira, and she's doing a lot of promotional work, and it is showing, it really is. So don't lose faith, Kim. Don't lose faith, ladies. It's happening. We're getting all the ladies on the line, and because of that, we're getting even better racing. The Peterson sisters, they're owning the roost at the front of the bikes, but on the quads, first time winner last time, Carly Buerta, has to take the number 2 spot because Marty Backfisher came through and stomped a massive win on the quads on the big 700. How she hangs onto that thing, God only knows, because that thing is an absolute beast, and on a whoop-tart track like that, it was a handful. But well done, ladies, bring in the heat, and it's going to be a very, very close run championship. On the bike side of things, very, very gnarly. You know, we had huge numbers. The WOW class, once again, I think it took us like 5 start lines to get through something like 55, almost 60 WOW class riders. That's day entry riders, and that's just massive for us here at the GXCC series. The big swingers happening out front though in the OR1s, we had Kenny G, you had Zach Niemann, you had Lowe Schmidt, you had D'Artagnan Lobjoy. So once again, all the key players, and of course with the build-up in 4 weeks' time to the first round of the National Series, they were on the line, ripping the bars off, and they went at it. No one had any skin left on their hands at the end of that day. It was a gnarly one. Big Kenny G walked away with the win in the OR1s. He was pushed hard by Lowe Schmidt, but Lowe took a beating on that track. You'd expect the hometown hero to have it in the can, but he had a couple of wobbles, he had a couple of fallovers, and Captain King Kenny, we always know he's going to be super consistent. He walked away with a 2nd place overall, but a win in the OR1 class. OR2s was always going to be massive. Why? Because we had a massively stacked gate, and of course with Jared Kutsia on the Brother Leader Tread KTM squad, still on the smoker on the 250 KTM 2-stroke, walked away with the overall at round number 1, walked away with the overall at round number 2. The kid is on fire this season, and that's before he even gets into the Nationals and steps onto his 4-stroke. But I tell you what, he is on a fly. Walks away with the OR2 victory and the overall victory once again. Didn't even look that tired at the end, although he probably was hiding it. I think everyone came in a whiter shade of pale, very hot conditions, very testing, no rest at all for the guys that went out there and dominated. I think the pros went out and did 5 laps. On the OR3s, stack gate once again. Everyone's got to be betting on Taki Bodgiodgis to walk away with the title, but he's got a ton of riders lining up and queuing up for him and aiming for him this season. Sharon Moore making his trip across the border, said he was going to be a busy man. He's doing a lot of motocross racing, off-roads, enduros, pretty much racing almost every single weekend, getting that stamp in his passport every time he crosses over the border. He walked away with a whole shot as well as backing it up with the race win, and he was a bowl of jelly when he crossed that line, and he'll be happy to walk away with a good victory, some good points on the plate, and happy with his training as well. Everyone's starting to really arrive with real good form going forward into the first round of the Nationals. The high schools had a killer gate, real strong numbers. Jared Spalding, I'm going to highlight him as well, made it onto the box for the BCR Arrow Racing Yamaha squad, and it's nice to see him coming back from his injuries. He got a tag on Kings of Dirt as well. We're going to be speaking to him, and that show will be airing out in the next couple of weeks. But Jared, good job for him in the high schools. On the 125s, Mr. 125 Ryan Peltzer, he gets the job done on the smokers, and he's still the man to beat on the screamers. The rest of the categories, the quad side of things, huge entries. Once again, we just keep talking about entries, numbers, everything's going up. Russell Ferreira, the guys at Quad Talk, the guys at eDirt, everyone is working hard to try and bring back a load of key players. And we did. We had Swanepoel, we had a load of kids that have been out of the mix for a little while, that finally come back and played. Thank you guys. You're doing a great job out there. Little Keenan Hammond, the little crazy kid on the Yamaha, whole shot, ran away. Gideon went after him, went with him. Gideon got an early race puncher, couldn't hang tough with the pace of the Yamaha star. Keenan walks away with the victory at round number 2 at Settlers. Gideon comes home with a 2 spot. Russman Ferreira makes it onto the box with 3rd place, and he looked tired. He had to work for that one. In the Q2s, everyone's going to be going after Hunter Simon. Once again, he walked away with a massive victory. Got off, got back onto his 2-wheeler, and went and put in the most hours on the day. To my good brother Bruce, well done, buddy. In the senior bike side of things, Bruce, coming back from some real suspension issues at round number 1 of Bronco Sprate, walks away with the big win at round number 2. He said he likes it tough. I don't think he likes it this tough, but well done to Bruce. Not only that, his Doorzone Biker Warehouse teammate Wayne Farmer also coming back from missing out on round number 1. Congrats on the wedding, by the way, Wayne. And he walks away with the big win in the Masters. But I'll tell you what, you have never seen him look that tired, and he knows it. A little bit of time off the bike, but one of the roughest, toughest tracks out there. He'll be feeling good. The team will be feeling pumped going forward into the Nationals. I said I wasn't going to bag and tag everyone. I pretty much almost have. But huge numbers, real great day out there. I think everyone enjoyed it. I think the wild class took a bit of a beat. That was a hard lap. The pros were doing, I think, around about a 51-minute average lap, with the fastest lap coming out of D'Artagnan Lobjoy of 47 on lap number 1, pinned. But after that, everyone got tired and smoked. Jared locked it in though. Could see, I think he was constant on a 51 the whole way through the race day. But the wild class riders were kind of between the 1 hour 30, 1 hour 45, and the thick end of the almost 1.5, 2 hour. It was a rough one. It was a rough one, and I think it's gonna kind of come into a situation where the wild class riders may have to go and actually join the junior loop. It looks like the pro loop or the senior bike loop is getting a little bit tough. That's going to be up for discussion, no doubt, as we move forward. But right now, we're going to sign off and say, good job on the GXCC Tour. That's 2 rounds in the can. Moving forward now into the Rad Junior team. We said we're going to be bagging and tagging our teams the whole way through. We're concentrating a lot so far on the big factory senior squads. Right now, our pleasure to introduce you to the Rad Motos Junior Squad. So Rad Motos Junior Squad, pretty small team, been running for a couple of seasons now. Dave Griffin and the Rad crew, so behind the sport, really growing the grassroots, and probably the most factoried up junior squad. And I'm talking small wheels, 65s and 85s. Heinrich Aust, he runs in the 85 seniors class. He's banging a ton of results last year, and he's the winningest rider so far on pretty much all the tours. He's going to be a very, very hard man to beat when he goes out there and lines himself up. Vansel Jonk, Kurbis Jonks Lighty, he runs in the 85cc juniors. So again, 85s, but he's a small kid. He's still going to be getting to grips with that bike as the year goes on. It's going to be exciting to see him grow with the squad. Katie van der Spey moved squads from last year. He was with a different team. He moves across with the big, comfortable squad here at the Rad Motos team. He runs in the 65s and is definitely a key player. He has to go up against Kurbis Bester most of the time, and it's between those two who flips the coin and takes the win on the day. Carl Branson has been rocking and rolling on the squad for a couple of seasons now. He brings the heat at every single round that he races, whether it's FJX, whether it's an off-road, whether it's EWXC. He's there, he's banging bars. Unfortunately, he went down at the opening round of FJX. He's got a spaghetti collarbone, and we're going to miss him for the first round of the Junior Nationals. He's probably going to be back for the second round of FJX, and he's got a nice rod in there, so he'll heal up quickly. We'll see him back on the bike in around about 5 weeks' time. Heal up fast, Kyle. Working our way through then, Armand Faria as well. Armand has also been part of the squad for a very, very long time. Rocks it out there, also banging bars with Kyle and Heinrich. And those guys have got a real nice family atmosphere as well. Not only that, they work really well with development. Taki Bodgiarges, he's been on the Rad Moto squad for a couple of seasons now. He does his business out there on the track, but also he helps the kids on weekends when he's got a little bit of time off, and he does help them try and work their game. So it's not just about the junior squad working together. The mums and dads are in there, Dave Griffey and the whole squad. Also some development coming in from the riders that they look up to. They've done a lot of training camps with Lawrence Mahoney, and Taki Bodgiodges does try and hold hands and help them out with their A game going forward. So that's the Rad Motors junior crew, and we'll be keeping an eye on them throughout the season. Remember, while we're talking about the juniors, get those entries in for the opening round down in Cape Town of the T-Bone Racing Junior National Enduro Tour. It's going to be off the hook, people. It's going to be a huge one. Moving forward now then, and looking at a couple of specials that we've got in our back pocket. BaseFit, I've got some crazy deals going forward. Speaking to Mandy, speaking to all the crew up there, go check it out, BaseFit, if you want to get into your A game. I know we're already in the season, but you can always look at getting better, and that's what it's all about at BaseFit. They will put together a program just for you. On the Rad Motos, Karen's sending me some specials there. Yeah, we're coming towards the end of summer, so they've got some autumn specials going forward before we get into the deepest dark of winter. So they've got some of their winter stock in specials, and a lot of apparel going through there. So go check out Rad Motos. Also, they've got some crazy deals going on with the workshop, so give them a call, see what they've got on their plate downstairs. But upstairs, tons of blowout specials happening on the apparel side of things. Looking forward then into the rest of the month. Well, what's on the plate? Next weekend, the next round of the EWXC's, Gary Franks going down there to Heidelberg. That should be a real good turnout as well, because it's only 2 weeks ahead of the next round of the National Enduro Championship brought to you by Liquorland. But that's going to be his tour. The weekend after that, we've got a bit of a gap in the calendar for Hollywood Hills, so we're going to be bagging and tagging and just enjoying a little bit of time out. It's over the long weekend, so thank you very much. If you're out there riding, enjoy it. I'm going to spend some time with the family, going to do some riding, some cycling, and just chillax a little bit. Take a breath, because after that, we start going into the end of the month of Racing March. That means it's up to Wild West. Wild West, the host now of the second round of the Liquorland National Enduro Championship. Make sure you get your entries in for that, and that's going to be huge. Hollywood Hills will be with you there and reporting back on who has brought the heat. Travis Teasdale and the crew, they're going to be ones to watch out for. And then, of course, at the end of the month, we open our account. Finally, go into National Off-Road Championship Racing at Lichtenberg. Talking about Travis Teasdale and the international boys. Travis Teasdale, Flanny, and of course Wade Young, and the rest of the big bangers going out there. Blake Goodsight. Blake, you the man, buddy. You the man, and you know it. That's 2 rounds that he has walked away with the number 1 at the FIM Maxxis Enduro Championship, running in the junior category. He now extends his lead in the championship, and he's got one hand on the trophy with 1 round to go. This is huge, South Africa. This is absolutely massive. Blake is doing the business. Not only that, he's promoting bringing other SA riders across. Flanny lining up, still busted ribs. Couldn't get the pace going that he wanted to, but of course he's going to be out there, and he's going to probably be in good enough shape to make podium at the next round. But who was on the podium this time? Boom! Double T, Travis Teasdale walks away with a 3rd place as his first ever international Super Enduro. Well done, boys. South Africa's proud of you. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks when we go to Wild West. You'll have a ton of stories to tell. That's it for now. Hollywood Hills taking a big breath here. GXCC is absolutely huge. Once again, just a massive way to open up our account for the racing month of March. Stay with us. We've got so much more news and so many more specials to come. But right now, we're going to sign off and say cheers. We'll see you guys around the corner, and keep it pinned. The racing month of March flies through into April, and before we know it, it's going to be deepest, darkest winter. Enjoy the last bit of sunshine. I'll be there with a coffee no matter what, whether it's a chilled iced coffee or whether it's a red hot steaming cup of Wake You Up. I'll see you later.